Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm doing 10 cards 1 kit using the special edition Love from Lizi Oh Baby kit. Now this is a decoupage kit, which is so fun. And so I'm going to create the first 8 cards using the decoupage sheets. So I'm going to just punch out this panel here, and to make this panel a little bit longer, I'm going to add a piece of the specialty cardstock that came in the kit. I'm going to use a little bit of the mint, oh no, I was going to use the mint green, but I ended up using the orange cardstock here. I'm just going to take my paper trimmer and trim that down. And I had just realized that I don't have my little plastic protector on my trimmer. Don't know what happened to that one. Have to find out from my girls there. But I just trimmed down a piece of the orange cardstock, and I'm going to adhere it behind my balloon panel there just to make it a little bit longer, and I want it to fit on my A2 size card base. And then I wanted something to cover up that seam, so I'm going to end up taking some silver and white baker's twine, and I just wrapped it around a couple times, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess there. That way it just makes my seam a little bit more finished. Now's the fun part where we start to layer all the balloons. If you guys are new to decoupage, it's so fun that you just punch out the layers and then add the bottom layer, and then add the next layer and add the next layer, and you create a beautiful 3D effect. What I can compare it to are the doodle pops that are out there that are like layered stickers. That's what the decoupage does. So all my cards today are going to be tons of layer. So the foam tape that I'm actually using is the thinnest stuff that I had. It's really not that thick. And so after I added my first layer, I want to go in and add the second layer. Now I'm going to add this next one, and then the final one with the single balloon, and it just creates a real fun 3D effect. For me, it's very relaxing to do this. I just think it's so fun. But there's my little balloon panel there. Not too bulky when you use the thin foam tape. Now, I'm not going to use my little tags. I'm going to save those for another card. But I did use the sticker sheet in the kit, and I wanted to use a banner die. Now, these banner dies are actually available in the Love from Lizi shop. I'll leave a link below to where you can check them out. But these are so fun because they fold. They have score lines to where you just can bend them and create like a 3D banner. So I thought that would go really good with the balloons here. Now the stickers that I chose just were the H, the B, and the 2 and the U. So we're kind of shortening Happy Birthday to You by using the little blocks in the stamp set. Not the stamp set, the sticker set. But I just added those to my little banner, and that was it for that card. Very simple and easy, but really fun. Now for card number 2, I'm taking this panel here, and it was a little too big for my card base. So I'm just going to trim off that glitter confetti border around there. But I'm going to save that. I'm going to use one of the strips. Once we have that done, I'm going to trim off the top one too. I trimmed the sides down just a little bit more. I did cut out a piece of the gingham kind of pattern paper, and I adhered that to my card base. And then I'm going to take one of those confetti strips and adhere that to the left side of the card. I was going to add one more and then just decided not to. But I did want to grab my corner chomper. I wanted to round those corners. And I will let you know too that Lizi has the corner choppers available in her shop as well. So it's your lucky day. Once we have that done, I am going to add some foam tape behind my little elephants. These are the layering bits that go on this panel. I'm going to just punch them all out and add them on top of the image that's on that panel. And then once we have that done, the ears pop out to the little elephants. So we're going to just punch those out and add those to our little elephant too. Okay, so all my little elements or my little elephants are 3D. Very cute. Now, I'm going to take my pencil here, and once we get that done, I'm going to punch some holes in them. I'm just going to mark where I want to punch the holes, and then I'm going to use some eyelets, just some white eyelets, and I'm going to create like a little banner with this tag. I think the white on that blue looks really pretty. I'm just using my crocodile to smush those down. I had it on the wrong setting, so it kind of smushed weird. But worked out just fine. Okay. Now, I'm going to take some baker's twine and thread that through. The twine that I'm using is a blue and white baker's twine, and it matches that background blue on that panel pretty well. So I think this is going to look really nice. I just doubled it up, and I'm going to tie a bow to the left. I'm going to trim off the tails there. Okay. Now I'm going to flip this panel over, add some foam tape to it, and then place that on my card base. Now for the sentiment, I'm taking one of these stickers that you can cut out. And this one's so cute. It says, "So much love." I'm just going to trim it out and stick that directly underneath my little elephant's trunk. And that will be my sentiment for that card. Quick and easy and glittery and so fun, but simple. So that's card number 2. Okay, now we're going to move along to our third card. I cut out a piece of the mirror cardstock that was slightly smaller than my card base, and I wanted to use this flower decoupage panel, but I wanted it to be at a little bit of an angle, so I'm just kind of positioning where I want it to go, and then I'm going to add some tape behind it and place that on top of the mirror cardstock so it's peeking at the bottom. I wanted to make sure I didn't cut off the butterfly, so I was just kind of placing it so the butterfly still was full. Now I'm going to trim off all the excess here. And then we get to layer our little flowers. Now it's kind of redundant just doing all the layering, but you just punch them out and they're all numbered, so all you have to do is follow the numbers and just place them where they go. For these, the last step was the little flower centers, and so I'm just adding some dimensional adhesive behind there, and they look so pretty. Love that. Now I'm adding some tape behind this panel, and we're going to secure that to our card base. This is a top folding A2 size card base. Lovely. Now for a sentiment, I'm going to punch out the sentiment. Says, I think this one says congratulations. I'm going to set that right on the bottom of the mirror cardstock, and then I did want to just trim off this end so it has a straight edge instead of it was kind of curved, so I wanted it hanging off the left side there, so I straightened off the edge. And that's it for that card. Now I was going to add a few more bells and whistles, but I thought sometimes simple is good, and I think this turned out really pretty. But that's it for card number 3. Now we're going to move along to our next card. Now this card I wanted to use the hot air balloon. So I wanted a bright colored background, so I took a strip of this pattern paper, and just using my tape runner, I'm going to adhere it to the very bottom of my card base. Whatever's overhanging, I'm just going to trim off. And I think that's going to look really nice right there. Now we're going to do our little layering. I was going to use this panel, but thought, I'll save that for another card. I'm not going to use that panel. But I am going to layer up on the balloons. The balloons have 2 layers. So we're going to add some dimensional adhesive behind there. Add that to the balloon and do the second layer. Lovely. And then we're going to add our little clouds here. Going to pop those up, and then our sentiment as well. just going to take some foam tape because my sentiment's a little bit on the long side. And they just layer together beautifully. The decoupage sheets kind of just do all the work for you. And I find this very relaxing. This was like putting a puzzle together. It was just so fun. I'm going to add my sentiment on the very top. Flip over my little clouds. Add some dimensional adhesive behind there. And add those to my panel. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to add some glue behind this panel and place that on our card base. Actually, I popped it up with foam tape to give it a little bit of dimension. A little bit more dimension. My panel has a lot of dimension, but, well, not too much, but enough. Okay, I needed a little bit more color down the bottom, so I'm taking a piece of the orange cardstock that came in the kit, and I'm cutting down a 1/4 inch strip, and I'm just using my glue, and I'm going to add a little bit of the orange down to the bottom. That way it just kind of flows better for me. And then that completes that card. Simple and easy, but really cute. The decoupage just does all the work. Here's a close-up. Okay, now we're going to move along to card number 5. For this card, I wanted to use, I want to start off using this sheet here. I like the scallop edge on it. And I just layered all my little teddy bear elements. This was the 3rd layer here. And then I'm going to, there's layers for his little feet and his ears and his cheeks. What I found easiest to do for the itty bitty ones was to place my dimensional adhesive directly on my little teddy bear. And then I'm just going to go into my jewel pick and then place all my elements on my little teddy bear, and it worked out a lot faster, a lot easier. Adding some really small foam tape on its ears. Remove the backing. There we go. And I'm just going to pick these up and put them on my little teddy. So fun. Okay. Looks cute. All nice and glittery. Now once we have that done, I cut down a strip of this confetti glittered paper, and then also this pink diagonal stripe paper. And then I'm going to directly adhere the diagonal stripe paper to my card base and place that in the center. And then I'm going to add my confetti banner, and then I want to pop up my banner and my teddy bear. So I'm just going to add some glue behind my teddy, stick it on my banner. I'm going to trim down the top there, and then I'm going to flip over that entire piece here and then add foam tape behind it, and then place that back on my card base. Now for my sentiment, I'm using the little sentiment strip that came in the decoupage page. It says "so much love," and then I'm going through the sticker sheet and I'm going to add 3 little hearts right next to my teddy bear. And that's it. I was going to add a big heart, but decided not to. That completes that card. Very cute. Okay, now we're going to move along to our next card. For this card, I'm going to use the Hey Baby star. So cute. Now, I'm going to add some foam tape behind the big piece here, because it was a large surface area. I'm just going to remove the backing and place that right on top of the larger star there. It's going to leave a little bit of a white, or not a white, but it's going to leave a little bit of the yellow showing behind it. And then I'm going to punch out the Hey Baby, and then I'm going to add some foam tape behind that. There was one more layering piece, but I decided not to use that. I added the little butterfly and the heart, or the star, and then the little border, banner border up there. Popped up my little balloon. I think that's so cute. Now I'm just adding some dimensional adhesive and popping those little pieces up. Once we have that done, I'm just going to add my pieces there. Okay, cute. Love that. Now for my background panel, I used this piece of cardstock. I just trimmed it down so it was slightly smaller than my card base, so it's going to leave me a little bit of a white border. I'm going to place that on my card base. I'm going to kind of add my star at a little angle. Stick that down on my card base and then trim off the excess there. And then for finishing touches, I'm going to take my white gel pen and add some faux stitching all around that pattern paper there. And that completes that card. So cute. Here's a close-up. Now we're going to move along to card number 7. We're going to use this baby decoupage sheet. I cut out a piece of the pink shimmer paper that was in the kit, and I'm just going to trim this panel down a little bit so it leaves me a little bit of a border around my shimmer paper. I just glued it down with my tape runner, and then I'm going to pop up the letters baby, B-A-B-Y, and then also the little elements that are on that panel. I'm just going to pop them all up. There were a few little pieces, so I just added some dimensional adhesive directly on the panel there, and then went ahead and popped everything up. But there it is. It looks so fun. Now I'm going to place this directly on my card base, just using my tape runner, right in the center. And then for my sentiment for this card, I chose the one that says special delivery. Just going to add some foam tape behind there and add that in that empty pink square. And then just going with the stitch theme, I'm adding faux stitching around all the solid blocks that are on the panels. And that completes card number 7. Very fun. Nice little baby card. Now moving along to card number 8. This is our final decoupage sheet. There was 8 included in the kit, so we used all 8 for these cards. But I'm not going to use the background panel for this card. I wanted to use just the horsey. So I'm just layering them together. I'm going to add his legs and his little saddle piece. Once he's done, I'm going to use some pattern papers for the background. I'm going to add some foam tape behind him, and that way he's ready to go. But I chose the triangle pattern paper, and I trimmed out a panel that was about 1/2 inch smaller than my card base. Okay, and then I'm going to directly adhere that. And then I wanted another piece of pattern paper, so I decided to go with the striped pattern paper here. I cut out a small square, and I'm going to add that towards the bottom of my card base. Lovely. Just going to trim that down. Okay, now I'm going to add my little horsey, my rocking horse, and then in the balloon card that I had made, there were 2 tags that were left over. I'm going to use those for this card. I'm just going to thread them with my blue and white baker's twine. There's the one, and then I'll do the second one. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add some foam tape behind both of those tags. Remove the back, and then I'm going to arrange them right next to my rocking horse. Kind of wonky. And then I'm just going to tie those string ends into a bow. Trim off the tails. And I think that looks so fun. And then that completes that card. Okay. Everything's there for it. I don't really need many bells and whistles because the glitter is already there. Now, for card number 9, I wanted to use the happy birthday dies that came in this kit. So I'm just taking my T-square roller and I'm drew a line on my paper. Now I'm just going to arrange the word birthday. I want to make a birthday card. So it wouldn't fit straight across, so I'm going to kind of arrange them kind of wonky, so they will all fit in the bottom. And then I'm just going to take a piece of Post-it tape and place that right over the top of my panel, right across the dies, and then I'm going to die cut this entire panel. And what I did notice about these little letter dies is, like the center of the D and the A and the R, those center pieces don't pop out. They are actually connected, which is so nice. I love these dies. You don't have to worry about missing pieces or replacing pieces. They stay intact. Love that. Okay, now we need the happy. So I'm grabbing the H and the A, and there's only one P, of course, so I'm gonna die cut the happy in 2 different parts. I'll go back in and add the P in my little open area there. And I think that looks so fun. Okay, now I took a piece of the pearlescent cardstock, this is the white one, and I cut out a panel that will fit my card base. I really wanted that shimmer in the background. And then I'm taking this pattern paper here. I'm going to just use my tape runner and adhere that directly behind this piece of, this is actually white cardstock that I die cut the happy birthday from. I'm going to place that on right in the back, and then I'm going to trim off the excess so it just leaves me a little itty bitty border, but behind the happy birthday you can see that pattern, and I think that looks really fun. Okay, now I'm going to add some foam tape. Well, eventually I will, but let's add our balloons. I want to use the balloons that are in the sticker sheet. There were 5 total, so I'm just going to arrange them to the left of my card there. And all these stickers in here have glitter accents, which are, it's so nice. On the second page too, there were 2 more balloons. We're going to grab those. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the little glitter stars that are in there too, and I'm going to add those around there. Oh, I did take my black marker, and I'm just drawing tails on the balloons, and I wanted the tails to just kind of gather right above the eye and the birthday. Just going to finish it off on the bottom there. Lovely. Here's where I go in with those little stars. I'm going to take, there's multicolored stars, so we're going to add 3 around the balloons, and then I decided to add 1 right next to the Y on happy. I kind of smushed that one, so I'm going to take that one off and replace it. There we go. And 1 more. Now I did go in with some black twine, and added that to the bottom of my balloons. And then I popped this panel up with some foam tape and just placed that on my card base. And that completes card number 9. Real fun birthday card. Love the colors in there. Okay, now for our final card, I'm taking some border dies. It's going to create like a hillside on the a hillside scene. So I'm using the green pearlescent cardstock, and I cut out 2 hillsides. I'm just going to trim this one down, that you can kind of layer together. For this card, I wanted to create a little scene. In the pattern paper, there's a cloud background, so I thought that would look really nice behind my for my background. So I'm layering them all together, and then I have a stitched rectangle die. I'm just going to cut out everything at once. So once we have that done, I am going to add my first grassy hill on my panel, directly on it, and then I'm going to pop my second little hillside with some foam tape. And then that's going to go on the very bottom. Just creates a little bit of dimension. Lovely. Okay, now we get to build our scene. I'm going to use the stickers for this. So I'm going to grab the small balloon and then the larger hot air balloon. I wanted that to kind of overlap on the very top. I was just going through the stickers, just trying to figure out what my sentiment would be. Now I'm just taking the larger balloon. Here you can see where I overlapped it on the very top. I kind of like that look. I just arranged my scene. I used the 2 of the little duckies that were on wheels and put them on the hill as if they're going up it. And then for my little grassy area, I'm going to add some flowers. For my sentiment, I used one of the sentiment stickers that says congratulations. Thought that was a fun little card. I'm going to add maybe just one more flower. Lovely. I'm just going to flip this panel over, add some foam tape behind it, and then this panel is going to go on the center of my card base. And then that completes card number 10. The glitter accent on the stickers really does my little embellishment work for me. Here's a look at all 10 cards that I made using the Love from Lizi special edition kit called Oh Baby. Now I know if you guys love decoupage, you're going to love this kit. You might want to check it out. Kits are available in limited supply. And again, I'll leave links below in the description area for you guys if you're interested and want to check it out. But I had fun creating with this kit. Like I said a few times, that the decoupage is just relaxing. It's kind of like puzzle piecing. But I wish you a fantastic day, and we will see you again real soon, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.